wait your turn. He's waited 6 months to even be asked a question. Every time he's there, he waits at the end, and he goes into the office where she is her secretaries, and he asks again and again and again, can I please be given permission to ask a question? And the reason he can't is because the lady on the pulpit hates that guy. You put a lady in charge of the news media in front of the president, and her process is that she is highly biased. So what happens if somebody from Africa who has laws against homosexuals, and you could just imagine if that news media person goes into the White House and wants to sit amongst that group of people that are allowed to listen to this secretary and speak their mind and ask their questions. Everybody but a guy who is against homosexuals. Everybody. Two guys sit up and say, well, don't bother her, wait your turn. He's waited 6 months. 6 months. To even be asked a question. Every time he's there, he waits at the end, and he goes into the office where she is her secretaries, and he asks again and again and again, can I please be given permission to ask a question? And the reason he can't is because the lady on the pulpit hates that guy. Hates him, literally hates him. She hates the leader of Africa. She hates anything to do with stopping homosexuality. She hates it.
Keep discriminating against some people in the briefing room because you don't like them, you don't like them.
So you have a choice.
No,
you have a choice. You have a choice.
A number of people
okay.
in the briefing room, and I'm saying that's not right. This is not China. This is not.
His choice is that he has to choose. Homosexuality is an available human right. And yet in his country, it is not. You will go to prison. You will die. If you rape a young boy and you're a pedophile, they will kill you, period. And if you're a homosexual and you're caught, you will go to prison, period.
Russia. This is the United States. This is the White House.
No.
It's been 7 months. I sent you
Simon, the rest of us are here too, pal.
It's been 7 months. You guys have not done anything for me.
So now he's trying to talk, and she's using the homosexuals in the audience to badger this man. Two gay guys get up, and one says, hey, you can't do that. You can't talk to her like that. And look at her face. She's going, yeah, we rule, we fight back. You will not talk. You will not ask a question as to why do we support transgender. You won't ask that question to me.
You should bring them to her later.
I have
right
done
now,
that.
This is
I've
for
done
the
that.
entire
All my
press corps,
emails have been
and
ignored.
the press corps is tired of dealing with this. It is.
Those are gay guys talking in support to her, hating the black man from Africa who cannot stand homosexuals.
They
won't allow him to talk.
All the time, and you don't understand why
Even those guys shut him up.
And being discriminated against. But there are people in the back
Look at
who
that.
don't get any questions.
Don't make assumptions about what the rest of us do. Mind your manners when you're in here. If you have a problem, you bring it up after.
Another queer. I mean, it is what it is. So imagine you have queers that are willing to say shit that no one else is. They're evil. And they stand up, and all of a sudden you have evil speaking in the room, and you have to decide whether or not it's evil or not. And you've decided it's not evil. It's just different. A different view. Different view. And they want to make sure everybody's got that view. That's my work. On a daily basis, I've got this going on. I've got the President of the United States and every freaking fag in the government turning tail, freaking out. The lady who's the secretary in charge of being a secretary is freaking out because there's a guy who's anti-transgender, anti-gay, from a country that is totally anti-gay, and she will not call on him. She won't do it because she's freaking out. She's not in charge. She has no power and she can't fight back. She's freaking out. And I'm bringing that out in the open. That you are such a weak feminist lesbian, so weak and out of control by demons. We're taking over. Even the little guy in the back of the room who's from a little tiny African country, he's going to get himself heard on TV and hit you and affect you in ways you never thought was possible. Just by him opening his mouth, finally getting to open his mouth. And all the gay guys stand up and say, oh, you can't do that, you got to behave. Yeah, don't you think they would say that? Yeah.